Those of y'all that watch my videos know that a big part of my credit card plan going forward is going to be getting the Ritz Carlton credit card, hopefully next year. What that means though is that first I do need a lower tier Marriott Bonvoy credit card from Chase that I have to leave open for a year and have a $10,000 credit limit on it before I can then product change it to the Ritz Carlton card. After doing a bunch of my own research and talking with my buddy Stan the Credit Frog, I realized that the most optimal approach to starting this journey is going to be by getting the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless credit card. So as the thumbnail and title suggests, this is going to be my Watch Me Apply video for the Marriott Boundless credit card. And while you may think this is going to be a boring, normal Watch Me Apply video, I just want to mention that I would not be shocked if I got denied for this credit card, mainly because I just got under 524 like a couple of days ago, and also because I'm going to be changing how I apply for this card because of my recent change in jobs, as in me doing YouTube full time now. So who knows, this one might get pretty interesting. I may have to go through Chase's reconsideration line. I may not get the exact credit limit that I want, and then that's going to lead to future videos down the line. And we really just don't know what's going to happen, so this one should be pretty interesting. Also, just so y'all know, I did just get back from the creator meetup in Las Vegas this past weekend, but in the TSA line, they for whatever reason took all of my hair product, even though it's not a liquid or anything. So until I get another shipment of that, I'm probably going to be wearing hats in my videos. Okay, so the first thing that I want to note is that I'm not going to be doing an in-depth review of this card in this video, but you know the main reason I'm applying for this. It's so that I can get the Ritz Carlton card next year. The really nice thing about this card right now though, and why I'm choosing to add it now compared to later, is because they do have a limited time 5 free night welcome offer after spending $5,000 in the first 3 months of having it. I also have a lot of big expenses lined up right now for a new card, and while I was going to go for the Chase Ink Unlimited right now, the fact that this card has this high of a welcome bonus makes it worth it for me to apply for right now. So if you're somebody looking for this link, I would come to the Doctor of Credit website as I've done here. That way you can find the direct link to the offer right in here. And then once you click on that link, it'll bring you to the application page right here where you can see the exact 5 free night awards valued up to 250,000 points. And that's the welcome offer we're looking for. I guess I might as well just go ahead and scroll through this page a little bit in case y'all want to like pause for a second and read what this card will give you. But the one important thing that I care about at least is that it does come with 1 free night award every single year, but that is after your account anniversary, as you can see here. So what that means is in the first year, I won't even be able to use that free night. So the idea would be that I'm going to use that free night before product changing it to the Ritz card, because after you product change to the Ritz card, I think you have to wait another full year to use the 85,000 point free night that the Ritz Carlton card has. So if you don't use this before product changing, then I think you're out of luck. But yeah, overall, this card is pretty solid. Like it honestly is a pretty decent card for a $95 annual fee. I know this is going to come in clutch for me, that complimentary premium Wi-Fi. But other than that, I'm really just getting it to start that Ritz clock. So now I'm just going to go ahead and click continue now that I see that I'm on the right offer page. And now that my slow Wi-Fi has finally loaded the page, we can go ahead and fill out all of the information on this application. What I will do in this video is explain to you exactly how you could fill out this application in the most optimal way possible, and also tell you what I'm changing about my application that makes me so worried about actually getting approved for this card. So starting with the first few lines, it's very straightforward. I think y'all understand how to fill out these parts of the application, but you'll have your first name, last name, date of birth, mother's maiden name, tax ID type, and social security number. I guess the only option that you really have here is going to be your tax ID type. So if you're not in the US or you're not local to the US, you might have to put your individual tax ID number, but for most people, we'll just put our social there. Then you scroll down a bit and you get to your address type, which you can either do domestic or military. Most people, again, are going to be domestic. You put in your street address, your zip code, city, state, and then after you get to that point, you put in your email address and phone number so they have a way to contact you. I also don't think this gave me an opportunity to log in to my Chase account to apply for this quicker, but sometimes you will have that option on other Chase card applications. But after you fill in all of that basic information that you should know very well, you have to check this box to provide your electronic signature for this authorization of the Social Security Administration to disclose your social security number verification. That's a really confusing name here, but basically you're just authorizing them to, I guess, use your social security number to pull information about yourself. After that, you'll be able to put in your Marriott Bonvoy number if you are already a Marriott member. And it says that if you are not already a Marriott Bonvoy member, you'll be automatically enrolled in this if you are approved for the card. And honestly, I don't know if I actually have a Marriott Bonvoy account yet, but I am going to go ahead and check that before actually submitting this application, because I'd probably rather actually put in a number that I have rather than having them sign me up for it, because I know then that takes a lot more time for them to ship the card to you, and I just don't want to have to rely on them to do much of anything for me. So maybe I'll show you that process really quick, just in case you haven't made an account with them before. But going back through this application a little bit, you also have your type of residence, which is either own, rent, or other. And then you can pick your employment status, which is either employed, self-employed, unemployed, or other. So this is actually the line that I'm going to be changing in this application compared to my previous applications, because in the past I would always just put employed, which is technically the right way to apply for a card if you want the highest odds of being approved. But considering I am now technically self-employed with my YouTube channel, that that does change things a little bit, and I want to be as honest as I can be on these applications and just hope that that doesn't trigger some reconsideration that I have to do later. Now, before we get to the part of the application that basically everybody has questions about, I want to take the time to tell you real quick how I plan on managing this card with my other credit cards in my setup. And on top of that, this same system is exactly how I'm going to be tracking the welcome bonus on this card if I do actually get approved for it. Of course, the way that I do that is through an app called Max Rewards. Max Rewards is an all-in-one credit card management app that tells you your total card balances, total point balances, bill due dates, and much more from all of your different credit cards, even if they come from different lenders, all in one place. So if I was to get approved for the Boundless card in this video, I'll be able to actually add that to the Max Rewards app. And then once I assign a point valuation to Marriott points in my account, if it does differ from what they value the points at, then the app will tell me based on my exact location if I should be using that card or not. And then if there's a future location I want to go to, I can also search for that in the app and it'll tell me what card to use there. Of course, until I hit the welcome bonus on this card, I'll basically be using it for everything. Again, if I do get approved, but once it slots into my overall credit card setup, this app's going to be extremely helpful. Max Rewards also has a paid tier called Max Rewards Gold that will not only automatically activate your quarterly rotating categories for you on your cards like your Chase Freedom Flex, but it also automatically activates your credit card offers for you, which has been a tool that's really helped me in the long run. If you want to just try out the free features of Max Rewards, please be sure to use the link in my description to download the app. And whenever you go through the sign up process, if you use promo code Spencer, you'll get yourself 1 free month of Max Rewards Gold that you can use down the line. Thank you to Max Rewards for sponsoring this video, but let's get back to the application. Once you put in that information though, you come down to your total gross annual income. I'm not going to necessarily read this word for word because you can do that and I don't want to bore you with it, but just so you know, this is going to be all of your total gross annual income. So income that is not taxed yet. And it's also going to include basically any kind of money you make at all. It doesn't just have to be your W-4 income. It could be, any kind of 1099s you get if you do some kind of side work or, whether you have a YouTube channel or what have you. But it can also even be money that you regularly use from your parents if you're older than 21. So this really is just going to be a estimate of the amount of income you make in a year. But of course, you'd rather round up than round down here. Just don't go crazy with it because you don't want to trigger some kind of financial review by, someone like myself, for example, that's 23 years old saying that I make 500K, like they're going to trigger that. But for the purposes of this, I'm not going crazy with it. My annual income is going to be a little bit higher than it was in the past, but I am going to be applying as a self-employed person now, which, that might trigger some kind of review as well. I'm not 100% sure. After that, you just decide if you want to go paperless or if you want to add an authorized user. You just select those there. And you can read through all of the pricing information here and all of the fees and stuff like that. Honestly, the important stuff here is actually not going to be your APR. Despite what you may think, APRs really should not matter to you because you are never going to be paying interest to a credit card company. You always have to pay your cards off on time and in full. And if you don't do that, you shouldn't be applying for credit cards. I feel like I don't need to make that disclaimer every video, but it is just the truth. Like you're going to lose the credit card game if you're paying interest, so don't do it. As for the fees, we know that the annual membership fee on this card is $95. And we can look at the transaction fees because they do have balance transfer and cash advance fees, neither of which I will be using at all. And the cool thing about this card is that it does actually have no foreign transaction fees, which is pretty nice. Also a bunch of late payment, return payment, and other kind of fees. But in reality, like I said, we're not going to be missing our payments or paying late or anything like that. So you shouldn't have to worry about these penalty fees as long as you're responsible with your credit cards. Okay, so now I'm going to actually check if I have a Marriott account already because I genuinely don't know that and I want this to go as smoothly as possible. So I'm going to create one if I don't have one already. Okay, so everything I can tell leads me to believe that I do not have a Marriott account yet, which means I'm just going to go ahead and search up Marriott Bonvoy account sign up and go through that process here with y'all real quick. It looks like literally all you have to do is just put in your first, last name, zip code, email, password, and confirm your password, and then you're all good and you should be able to get your number right away. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now after doing that, I'm going to have to go ahead and blur this information here, but I do have my member number available. So what I'm going to do now is just copy and paste that into my application. And on that note, I might as well just go ahead and fill in all of this info for y'all and get back with you when I'm ready to click submit. Okay, and just a minute or so later, I've already filled out all of that information and I'm ready to click submit on this application. And fingers crossed this goes well because I am pretty nervous about it. Oh, also, this is kind of an important milestone because this is my first hotel credit card, which is pretty cool too. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and submit this application here in 3, 2, 1, submit. And the spinning wheel of death has started. I have a feeling it's going to go in review, so we'll see about this one. I don't know why these always get my heart beating like I haven't done like 9 applications already. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, I did get approved for the card. Jesus. The credit line is already over $10,000. I got a credit line of $16,500, which that's way more than I expected, to be honest with you. Whew, I got to take a breath of fresh air real quick. I don't know why these always get me so energized, but they do. But now basically a couple of other notes about this card I want to mention is that one, it does have a $95 annual fee, as we know, but I am going to have to pay that theoretically within like the first billing cycle. So you need to be prepared for that. But also, as you can see here, the card should arrive within 7 to 10 business days. And for me, I really don't want to wait that long, and honestly kind of can't, because I have those big purchases I was telling you about that are coming up really quick. So what I am going to do in this video is actually call them to see if they will expedite the card for me, and I'll let y'all listen in on that. Okay, so I went ahead and searched for Chase Card Services phone number to see if I can just, call that and get connected with them. So let me go ahead and call that 1-800-432-3117, and then let's go through these prompts together, and I'll just let y'all listen in.
This call will be monitored and recorded, and your voice may be used for verification. Welcome to Chase Card Services. Para español, oprima el asterisco. Please enter the last 4 digits of your credit card account number.
Well, I don't have that account.
If you are calling to report your card lost, stolen, or damaged, or to check the status of an application, press the pound key.
I'll be pressing the pound key here, because that's going to redirect me probably to the recon line, and we'll see if they can just help me expedite the card. I don't know if they will.
To report your card lost or stolen, press 1. If you are calling to replace a worn or damaged card, press 2. For an unrecognized purchase or to file a dispute, press 3. To check application status, press 4. To return to the previous menu, press star.
I guess I'm going to press 4 to check on the application status, even though I know what it was, but let's just do that.
For the status of your credit card application, press 1. For existing account information, press 2. To repeat the menu options, press 7. To end it, please enter your 9-digit social security number. You have been approved. Your new card will arrive within 10 business days. We appreciate your business and look forward to serving you. Your current balance is $0. Your credit access line is $16,500. Your standard APR for purchases, balance transfers, and access checks is 21.49% variable. To repeat this information, press 7. To end this call, press 9. To speak with a customer service specialist, press 0. Press one of the following options at any time. For credit card, press 1.
It's the longest part of my dang video.
Welcome to Chase Customer Service. We take pride in providing you with excellent service and look forward to speaking with you. A customer service specialist will assist you in approximately 5 minutes.
Guess we're going to sit here together for 5 minutes and listen to that beautiful music and drink this Coke. I know it's a Tuesday, but I need a little bit of energy today after that Vegas weekend, so Coke it is.
Please remain on the line for the next available customer service specialist. We appreciate your business and value the opportunity to serve you.
Thank you for calling Chase Card Services. My name is Kim. Can I have your name as it appears on the credit card?
Yes, it's Spencer Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great as well. Thank you so much for asking. I'm pulling up your account right now. Just a few more seconds, okay? How can I further assist you today?
I was actually calling about the card I just got approved for. I was wondering if it's possible to get the card expedited because I have some big purchases I need to make, but I don't know if this is the right line for that.
Great question. So I'll be happy to assist you, see if you can get that card expedited right now. Mr.
Okay.
Johnson, just a few more seconds, okay?
Thank you.
All right, this is the Marriott Bonvoy card.
Yes, correct.
Beautiful. So I just want to say congratulations on this new account here.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Let me see if I have the option to get that card expedited, okay?
Okay.
All right, what's the address that will be expressed to? Mr. Johnson, so I just got the card actually expressed out. So
Okay.
you should see like an email confirmation of the card being sent out again.
Okay.
And you should be good to go. That'll be all free today.
Yeah, that's it. I appreciate it.
Beautiful. Well, that is all. Thank you so much for choosing Chase. You have a great day, okay?
All right, you as well. Well, there you have it. I actually really did not expect them to expedite that because it's a co-branded card with Marriott, but they literally just sent me a replacement for that card, is what at least it reads in my email. Let me see if I can pull this up or if it's too much information. I guess I'll just blur out the card number here, but basically it says that they received my request to replace my Chase credit card. And based on what they told me, that just means that they expedited the card for me, and hopefully I'll get it within like 1 or 2 days because I do need to make those purchases like as soon as possible. With all that being said, this credit card was not only a part of my credit card roadmap, roadmap video that I just made a week or two ago, but it is also a part of my dream credit card setup video that I made in response to Daniel Braun's challenge to us other credit card creators. And if you haven't seen that video yet, I'd highly recommend that you check it out after this one, especially because I not only explain how to go about this Marriott strategy in getting the Ritz Carlton card, but I talk about some other really cool chase cards that I want to add to my setup down the line as well. So I think you'll enjoy it. And as always, Odin and I both want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, and we'll catch you guys next time.